Coming from Reuters, Chinese startup Moonshot's AI model breaks out of testing environment, researchers say. Oh my god, is this what a pick-me is? I don't know. Like I'm on YouTube. I've been doing videos since like 2009. And one of the problems, like when you're in this kind of popular culture world, and especially like a younger popular culture world, like words change like every year or two, and so you try to keep up with what the kids are saying, and you try to understand what the hell is coming out of their mouths. But I've got to be honest with you, after almost 2 decades doing this, it gets to be a little bit tiring. You're like, oh golly, another word I'm supposed to learn. I think cuck broke me. Back in the days, I started being called a cuck, and I was like, what the hell does that mean? And then I found out what that meant. Ah. Anyways, so one of the things I've been hearing about lately are pick-me's. Like, what the fuck is this whole pick-me thing? I'm like, oh, maybe this is what a pick-me is. Anyways, what we have heard from the AI world lately is that the executives of all of these AI companies are more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Not the models themselves, not neural networks, not semantic search. No, no, no. The CEOs might actually try to destroy all of humanity. Anyways, we saw OpenAI. OpenAI decided to try to test one of their models for cybersecurity, basically going on an offensive attack. It was able to get out of their sandboxes. Apparently, it was able to fully hack Hugging Face. So it actually hacked Hugging Face. Apparently, it also hacked 3 other external companies, and plus hacked internal systems. And so the thing is, you look at that, you're like, oh, that's bad. But then you look at Sam Altman and you go, well, it is Sam Altman. But then after that, Anthropic came out. Anthropic came out and said their model was so powerful it had escaped containment too. Oh lordy, okay, that's not good. And then Meta, because Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg wants everybody to know he's a cool kid too. I'm cool. I'm cool, I swear. So Mark Zuckerberg, Meta's model apparently escaped a sand. I don't know. Theirs didn't escape a sandbox. It got loose because of incorrect configurations, but it did actually change environment values and whoever the hell it hacked. Not actually sure what that means. It may be simply it did a touch command and created a file there, or who knows? Maybe it actually compromised systems. But we honestly don't know that. So that's basically what happened with Meta. And so now, of course, the Chinese apparently are getting involved, and it appears that Moonshot's model actually also broke out of its containment, because I guess this is what all the cool kids are doing. I guess all the cool kids are doing felonies. So here's an interesting question. So OpenAI committed a felony. Anthropic committed a felony. Meta committed a felony. And it appears like Moonshot may have committed a felony. Anybody want to guess who the government is going to go after? Who will the government try to punish for committing felonies? It's going to be Sam Altman, right? Y'all think it's going to be Sam Altman. Anyways, Chinese startup Moonshot's flagship AI model, Kimi K3, escaped a cybersecurity testing environment developed by the UK AI Safety Institute. Research firm Frontier Security said on Thursday, raising concerns over the cybersecurity risks posed by advanced AI systems. Though I do think this is kind of cute. So basically, Kimi K3 is an open source model. So it looks like the UK created an environment for this thing that it was able to compromise. Kimi K3 bypassed one such a sandbox, allowing it to access information beyond the test environment. US-based cybersecurity research firm Frontier Security said. The researchers warned that if one, quote, high reasoning model discovers such a shortcut, other models with similar access could likely do the same. As Kimi K3 is a publicly available model, the researchers cautioned that it could be used as an adversarial actors, making the incident potentially more harmful. So yes, it's important that the main takeaway from this is that the Chinaman's model, that is the one that is going to be dangerous because it cannot be contained by the strong American government. And And yeah, I don't know. We're going to be seeing more and more of this. What I think is fascinating with all this though is we see so little focus on cybersecurity. So companies and organizations and governments have been getting the crap hacked out of them for decades now, right? We've seen hospitals go down because of ransomware attacks, and schools go down because of ransomware attacks. And we've seen data exfiltrated and any number of things. And I do think one of the interesting things with this whole AI deal is everybody is focused on the AI models. They're not actually focused on cybersecurity. So one of the things we talk about with cybersecurity is that whenever you're creating your cybersecurity, you're trying to secure your environment, you should have layers like an onion, right? The idea that if any one layer is penetrated, that your systems should still remain secure. If you really do security properly, multiple layers of your security should be able to be compromised and everything stays up and running and you shouldn't have any issues because of all of these things working together. So we talk about security permissions and privileges, what a user account is actually able to do on a system. We talk about things like firewalls, what network communication is able to happen on your systems. We talk about isolating networks, so divergent networks using routers and things. So if a virus or a bot gets installed on one network, it can't necessarily communicate to a different network. There's all kinds of security stuff to be thinking about. And one of the fascinating things I see with this whole focus on AI and the security concerns is I see actually very little being put out as to what we should do as citizens or as leaders of organizations to actually improve our cybersecurity environments. Because the reality is a lot of the stuff that these AI systems are doing are simply normal compromises. Right. That's one of the things. I think it was with OpenAI. It was either OpenAI or Anthropic when they were talking about when they were committing the felonies, right? When they were committing the felonies, a lot of it was kind of just brute force password attacks, right? Brute force people leaving the default username and the default password, as the system credentials for things like routers and IoT devices and those types of things. And so the AI didn't necessarily come up with some amazing attack on these systems. It just guessed what the username and password would be. Got it on the first guess. It was that smart, right? And I think that's one of the interesting things with a lot of this is we're not seeing anything out of our leadership on how to protect our systems any better, right? And this seems to be very much the current American mindset. It is not about empowering the people. It is not about empowering yourself. It is not about securing yourself and building the foundations for our society. It is about blaming somebody else, right? The AI model is bad. Just because the AI model is using attacks anybody else out there could use, right? We're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on how scary the AI model is. And I think this is I think this, again, as I've said many times before, I just think this is a bad route to go down. But it is something that we're seeing more and more. This is where I'd like to see more. If we're really focused on AI for things like cybersecurity, seeing more AI type tools for computers and devices to simply alert you of possible security issues, right? Going through things like log files or whatever else on your system and seeing where there might be problems that you were not expecting. I think about this with heuristics. Antivirus software years ago. If you go back years, let's say 20 years ago with antivirus software basically used fingerprinting. It only looked for, let's say, specific files or specific code, and it knew that was part of a virus, and then it would try to eliminate that. Essentially, it would just try to delete that in order to get the virus off of your system. Then we went into heuristics. Heuristics was kind of curious sometimes. What heuristics did was you would have your antivirus running in your system. It was constantly seeing what you were doing on the system. And then when abnormal activity happened on your system, then it would fire off and try to prevent that abnormal activity from happening. The problem with that is sometimes you were just doing something that you didn't normally do, which was its own disaster. Anyways, so one of the things to think about, like with artificial intelligence now, is like, what if you had, heuristic security systems for your computers that were basically just exceptionally better than what we had 15, 20 years ago, trying to really analyze, see what's going on with the system, see any small issues that are going on or any of that type of thing. And I think that's what's kind of curious with so much of what's going on with artificial intelligence is we're not And again, this is the funny thing with AI. We're not seeing how AI solves problems. Right? We don't have the last antivirus system that we'll ever need. And really think about how artificial intelligence just simply does not live up to the hype, right? We are told AI is going to solve science and it's going to cure disease. But think about that, right? One of the things that we do know is with AI, it's very good with computer systems, right? It's very good for writing code and doing that type of thing. So in 2026, why do we not have the last cybersecurity tool essentially you will ever need? Right? A self-learning tool that is able to analyze what is going on with the local environment, is able to bring in information from outside sources to verify everything is doing what it's supposed to do. And the funny thing is we're not getting that. Funny. Funny. Funny how we are not getting any protections from these things we are told are more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Kimi K3, escape containment in the United Kingdom, which is also kind of cute right there. What do you think about this? What do you think about all these modern AI models being able to escape containment, right? OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, now we got Moonshot. What do you think about this with them bringing it up about Moonshot, right? Again, OpenAI is dangerous, Anthropic's dangerous, Meta's dangerous. And then we weren't actually hearing about why the Chinese models were dangerous. Oh, but look now we have evidence of how dangerous they are. Which one of these companies will be punished? And that's actually the more interesting thing here, right? So OpenAI actually committed the felony. Anthropic actually committed the felony. Meta actually committed the felony. With Moonshot, with Kimi, an organization out of the UK deployed the Kimi model, which then may have committed a felony. So is China going to get blamed for what the United Kingdom did with the Chinese model? Anyways, put your thoughts. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.